welcome Dennis Bauer.
Expect the
Unexpected.
unexpected, right. Expect the unexpected. The unexpected scales from everything from a broken nail to a broken marriage, a foreclosed home, a lost job or career. What's your plan to prepare for the unexpected when it happens and handle it well when it comes? You want smooth sailing? You want to soar? But sometimes the unexpected hits you hard, head on, and you feel like you're running out of gas and going down. Happened to you? Say yes.
Yes.
Happened to me too, like this. So come with me and walk across the black, hard tarmac of Mountain Home, Idaho Airport, where we're about to start the second leg of our flight from good old Tacoma to Arapahoe County Airport just south of Denver. We're going to climb aboard a 6-passenger single-engine plane, Cessna 1065 Victor. My passengers climb aboard and I get in the pilot seat because I am the pilot. I get a clearance from Mountain Home Tower, push the throttle full forward, and we barrel down the runway, and all 3,000 pounds of airplane, passengers, baggage, and fuel lift off the ground for the clear blue skies of a gusty August afternoon. This will be smooth sailing, for sure. We mosey across southern Wyoming, over Cheyenne, turn 90 degrees to the right and head to Colorado. I look out my pilot's window at the ground of northern Colorado slowly sliding by 5,000 feet below. I listen to the drone of the airplane. Pilots say that flying is 99% pure boredom. Now the other 1% can get rather interesting. I scanned the instrument panel and particularly noticed the 2 fuel gauges because they were both on empty. Then I heard the engine cough, sputter, and die. I watched the propeller just windmill as we coasted through the air. And just like you, when you've driven your car and the gas gauge has been empty and you're praying you get to the gas station, you've done that, yes? Yes. So I was now flying on fumes and a prayer. Ever happened to you? Maybe not an airplane, but you've run out of gas and felt yourself going down before. I recall the stern words of my flight instructor a few years before, the first day when we were in a trainer airplane, and he leaned over and pulled the power. Just want to see how you react. Well, I reacted poorly. He looked at me. Bauer, because that's my name, Bauer, when you lose power and you're going down, remember these 3 words, and in this order: aviate, navigate, communicate. Aviate, before you do anything else, fly the plane, get control of the basics. Navigate, then figure out where you are, where you want to go, and plan your course to get there. And communicate, get on the radio, talk to somebody on the ground who's not freaked out. So I did the first thing, aviate. I got control of the plane. That's the basics. Kept the wings straight and level, the nose pointed straight, the airspeed where it was supposed to be to set up for a good flight, whatever was left of it. The reason this is first is because if you don't control the airplane before you do anything else, the results sometimes are fatal. It's very important before you do anything else to get control of the basics. Aviate. Then I did the second thing, navigate. There are 3 parts to navigate. I call it the ABCs of navigate. A is where you are. B is where you want to. you're very intelligent. The first group I ever asked that said, go! I said, no. That would be the AGCs. This is the ABCs. Where you are, where you want to be, and C is the course that you plan to get from here to there. Now, I knew I could not get from where I was to where I wanted to be. I needed a new place to land. But Denver Approach started vectoring me. You know, turn left, turn right, heading 090, turn right, heading 180, turn left, turn right. Now, I'm in a little bit of a hurry. So I did the third thing, communicate. The key to communicate when things are not going so well is to get feedback from sources not emotionally involved. So I turned to my passengers. Guys, what do you think we should do? All right, I made part of that up. Denver Approach, Cessna 65 Victor. How long are you going to keep vectoring me around? I'm a little low on fuel. Now on the ground is a government employee with a ball cap on backwards and his coffee cup on the console, and he's watching one of those green radar screens, you know, with that line going around, and watching the blips in his area of control. And one of those blips is me, and that blip has just said 3 magic words, low on fuel. At which point he sat straight up, put his feet on the floor, looked at that blip, and said, I'm sure under his breath, you idiot. But what he really said was, Cessna 65 Victor, Denver Approach, are you declaring an emergency? Well, I looked at the 2 fuel gauges. I looked at the ground 5,000 feet below. And I looked at my passengers. But Denver Approach, Cessna 65 Victor, no, nope, not yet. Nevertheless, getting feedback from an unemotionally involved source is critical at this. The instrument panels don't tell you how high to fly, how far to go, where you're at. They just give you information, just give you feedback, don't tell you what to do. The guy on the ground is helping me, unlike the passengers who were not helpful at all. They headed me straight towards Stapleton International Airport. Now, it's not there anymore, but at the time, it was the 7th busiest airport in the world, and I'd never been there. So as we approach the city, now it's a late August afternoon, Cessna 65 Victor, Denver Approach. Do you see the runway? A little while later, he's giving me expert guidance from the ground. He says, Cessna 65 Victor, do you see runway 26 right? Well, from the air, it looks a little bit like a tic-tac-toe board on steroids. Even if you painted it, which one is 26 right? I was almost to the threshold, the start of runway 26 right, before I realized this was the runway I was to land on. We touched down, rolled off, refueled, figured I had about 15 minutes left of fuel, of fumes and a prayer before it was all over. Now, my passengers knew this was not a typical approach to landing. The unexpected happened in a rather dramatic way. But because of Aviate, Navigate, Communicate, we landed safely and we flew again the next day. Expect the unexpected. Aviate, Navigate, Communicate. Say it.
Aviate, navigate, communicate.
You are a very sharp crowd. Before the night's over, you're going to walk out of here. Let's aviate, navigate, communicate tonight. Sounds good, but expect the unexpected. I challenge you. Remember, aviate, navigate, communicate in this order, because flying, like life, is not just about surviving. It's about soaring. I challenge you. When you feel like you're running out of gas, you feel like things are going down, you feel threatened by things that might take you all the way, remember these 3 words, and in this order,
Aviate, navigate, communicate.
and you will fly again. As you look at the year ahead, remember that it's not just about surviving. Soar!